Okay, this episode, I'm gonna need you guys to carry it. I'm very tired, very low energy. I couldn't,
Wake your ass up.
I couldn't carry myself out of a paper bag. That's how the saying goes, right?
I don't think I've heard that.
Well, why are you so tired is the real question.
And why are you in a paper bag?
Matt asking the real question.
Both excellent questions. I just got back from Vegas a couple days ago, and my body's hurting. And my body was hurting from 2 weeks prior to when me and Matt went to Portland.
Ooh,
That's cute. Did you guys hold hands without me or what?
kind of.
Well, there was an extra hand, so we just used both of our hands to hold.
I'm kind of jealous.
We almost watched our friends die.
Oh my god, that's right.
Wait. This is a story.
Yeah, we were White River rafting. Whitewater.
White Whipple Wop.
What? I guess I'm tired too.
Ashley and Slasher!
Whitewater rafting. Tongue twister. That's why I couldn't say it. But me and Rob were in the same boat, and we're watching these people go down. Would you say it was about like 4 or 5 feet? Just like a little 4 or 5 feet drop or waterfall, whatever it's called.
I would say that was a good, 5-foot drop.
Yeah. And we see like 1 or 2 go, and it's fine. And then the third one that goes down, it like goes up against the rock and flips over. And we're just like, oh shit. But then like we look in the water, and then our friends are just in the water terrified, scared of their lives, scared out of their minds. I can't talk right now because I'm thinking about it. It was wild.
It's so traumatizing.
It's traumatizing.
Keep in mind, this is the first activity. This is the first excursion of the bachelor party. And not even 5 minutes into the activity, all that shit happens. And then their guide was like, so you guys realize we have 3 more hours of this.
Yes.
Just despair just made all their faces sunk.
Yeah, because we could only find 3 of them. There were 2 other people that we just had no idea what happened to them. And the raft was gone. But other than that, it was a good time. It was really beautiful. The 3 hours went by like nothing.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad you guys are all alive.
And then we went down that 8-foot drop. That was fucking insane. Holy shit. We were underwater for like half a second. It was ridiculous.
The pictures do not do it justice.
No. I just remember my heart beating so fast. We're like, we're fucking going. We're doing it. Oh my gosh.
The guide was telling us too, all right, if you guys don't follow our rules and follow our instructions to a T here, you can get stuck in this. Oh, sorry, I'm dog sitting right now, so that's gonna happen every now and then.
No worries.
Yeah, if you do not follow our instructions, you'll be stuck in the recycling. No,
Yeah.
not recycled water, a recurring water vortex at the end of the waterfall. You just get caught in this 360 current until it finally spits you out, and it sounded terrifying. And that happened to some girl on some excursion before us or something like that.
Yeah.
So whitewater rafting, was it your entire group on one?
No, we
Or
were
was it,
split. We were
multiple?
split. 5 and 5 because there were 10 of us.
Gotcha.
It was a good number, and it was a lot of beefy bros.
A lot of beefy boys. The Bachelor was actually tossed out of our boat in the beginning as well.
Oh, tossed as in the instructor kicked them out?
No,
literally.
Our friend Luke accidentally pushed him out of the boat. He claims he didn't.
Him.
Yeah, he claims he didn't, but I saw a little ass check and a little arm extension.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
I don't know. It was pretty funny. Don't do it again.
I would do it again for sure. On a kayak.
Oh, hell no.
Man,
Hell
no,
yes.
I have terrible experiences with kayaks, and by terrible experiences, I mean I just get pissed off and then I don't want to row anymore, and then I ruined it for everybody. It's just not fun.
Last time I got on a kayak, a bee stung me right behind my knee before we even got on the kayak.
Ow!
And I didn't even see what happened. I just felt like a little bite.
Bee or wasp?
I don't know. Next thing, I was on the kayak and my knee all the way around was swollen and it started going down to like my shin.
That has nothing to do with kayaking.
Yeah, but I hated it. And I was kayaking at the time.
What is that, like aversive reaction? Just because like you were doing that thing while something else was happening?
Yeah, and every time I kayak now, I feel my knee swell a little bit. Just a little bit. That's enough for me.
It's kind of crazy how, like, when you're raising, like, your kids, like, from a super, super young age, like, it's, like, random stuff like that, like, shapes what their fears are or what they like, or it's, like, stupid, like, how small and insignificant something might be that has, like, such a huge effect on the psyche.
Oh, yeah.
Like listening to this podcast.
Well, hopefully that makes people fucking
live their best lives.
Oh yeah, they like going insane when they hear it.
No, they just don't want to kayak while they're listening to this.
Well, hopefully not. Jeez.
They all gotta go White River rafting.
That I don't know if I'm super gung ho for all that.
You gotta go. You gotta do it. Once in your life.
It makes you a better person.
I once in your life, that's fine. I'm more excited to do like skydiving or something like that.
Oh, I'd be a lot more afraid of skydiving. Because if the shoot's done, the shoot's done.
I mean, you could say the same about White River. Didn't your guy say you lost him in like the first?
Yes.
Could have died.
Yeah, but there's still a large chance to survive there. There's limited options when you're only like 1,000 feet off the ground and your parachute's not working.
Yeah, but it's not like you jump alone. Like
that's
usually,
true.
I would assume like if something goes wrong with your guys' shoot, then they just huddle up next to whoever the next person is, and then use their shoot instead.
You make it sound like it's easy to maneuver your way through the air to another person.
You know, I'm making a lot of assumptions based on I would hope whoever I go with is an expert and can.
You just have scenarios ready
in the air.
You have scenarios ready so that if it happens, it happens.
You know, if I go out skydiving, at least it'll be quick as opposed to like drowning, because you'll feel everything.
Okay, I agree with that.
I guess, but then you don't get that awesome like natural DMT trip when you die because your brains are just all over the ground and your shins are like in your lungs and you got like some weird bee sting swelling on your knee for some weird reason.
Unless you get a heart attack before you die. Then
that'd be interesting.
Then you get the DMT trip while you're falling, and then you're in this massive DMT trip. Then it just is cut abruptly.
I don't think there's enough airtime for you to go through all that. You're just gonna die like miserable and in pain. Miserable and in pain. That's it.
It's like, this is the most beautiful. Oh, and then it's just consciousness done. Do I know how to talk today? I don't think I know how to talk.
Dude. You're struggling.
Consciousness.
Maybe loosen up that windbreaker a little bit. It looks like it's choking you.
Consciousness. Sorry, y'all. It's laundry day. I'm not wearing a shirt.
Oh, that's fine.
It's provocative.
I don't have credits to give you to take the jacket off, so that's okay.
There's Venmo, hon. Winky face.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right. Welcome, y'all.
to the Neat Boys podcast, the lowest energy podcast on the podcast sphere for this episode only, maybe, hopefully. And joining me is Mr. Gupnik himself, Matthew,
Hello.
and makes you feel like Braxton.
Hopefully, it's feel like Braxton and not feel Braxton.
So-
Because then I'd have some questions.
What if it's
Little bit of
Rihanna?
both.
All right, yeah. She's cool. Yeah.
And me, Mr. 8 High Chews in 10 minutes himself.
Ooh,
Rob.
that's what you're eating. High chews.
Now I am.
I don't even know what a haiku. I thought you mispronounced haiku, and then I was like, "What the hell?" are you
Eating
talking
haikus.
I don't eat hot
I
food.
am eating.
I can't
the
talk either.
Haiku. I don't even know what the structure is for haiku.
Yeah,
about?
you're
It's,
done.
Tried making one.
5-7,
Tried making
5-7-5.
You
Yeah,
failed.
575.
You can't go to Japan 2020 anymore.
Ah,
The
damn
Olympics are off.
Damn it! Oh, I am excited for that intro.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like Goku and Naruto just like carrying a torch and fighting over it. And then L's gonna come and he's gonna be like, "Oh, China dies of heart attack." And then he takes the torch and hands it off to Ryuk. But then Sailor Moon
Nice.
comes down and she's like, "Hell no!" And she takes the torch and then
And then
takes it to the
Pikachu
moon.
lights up the flame.
I am so lost right now. Are we talking about the Olympics?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The opening ceremony.
It's in. I didn't know the Olympics were in Japan this year or next year,
Yeah.
whatever year it is.
And now you know. And that's our news section.
Nice.
Is
So,
it winter
moving
or
on.
summer? Winter? Winter.
It's summer.
Olympi?
It's summer.
Oh.
Is it? Oh, okay.
It is
Makes
now.
sense.
I
It is
don't-
now. We've decided.
I rarely remember which. I think it would be summer because
Yeah.
last we had those like 15-year-old snowboarders that were.
Oh,
winning
yeah,
golds,
yeah.
Like,
Allegedly 15.
She's 50.
what are you talking about? There was a girl who was like what 16, 17, and then the dude who like overslept his contest
Oh my god.
because what was it? He was playing Xbox or something. He said, "Oh yeah, I was up playing Call of Duty, and then I almost slept past my alarm, and then I won gold. So I'll just go back to sleep now."
Jesus. But yeah, if you got it, you got it.
Yeah, I mean, can't hate on that. If he wins, he's a winner.
It's a superstition. He needs to play Call of Duty before every.
It was either Call of Duty or Fortnite. I don't remember.
I could
but-
see Fortnite. I could see.
Either
being
way,
Fortnite.
I don't know how you'd admit to any of those.
Because he's 16 years old.
Hey, to be fair, the new Call of Duty looks kind of interesting.
I'm gonna get
a
it.
little-
Yeah, I'm gonna get
I'm
it.
a little interested.
What's so interesting about it? Here, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, well, yeah, we can push that to the patches, but yeah, it looks like an interesting take on the series.
What are they doing with it?
It's supposed to be dark.
Oh, edgy. Wait, they already did that. That's Black Ops, right?
Well, I mean, I guess that's more. What was it based on? Like the Vietnam War, or what was that?
I
Or
just
the-
meant it was a stupid joke. I just meant from a literal.
Well, yeah, I know it was a stupid joke, but I was trying to carry it so that it would be like somewhat feasible. But you kind of just broke the illusion there, so I couldn't help you.
Call of Duty, is it a Modern Warfare that's coming out?
I think it's that's what it's being called. But one of I've been seeing streamers who've been getting invites and stuff. Like there's a new 2v2 mode, but it's basically like once you're dead, you're dead. So like it's like super tense and like the rounds last like not even a minute.
Isn't that just
each.
that's search and destroy with two people?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. But I mean essentially, yeah. I don't know what it's called. I don't think it's technically called Search and Destroy.
Search and
but
destroy
it's
with
like-
two people. Search and destroy duos.
No, that's not what it's called. It's like some buzzword like flash or like quick something. I don't know. Whatever. Lightning round. I think that might be what it's called.
Lightning
sense.
round.
I don't know.
Damn.
But I think there's also a 20 versus 20 mode, which would be a first for Call of Duty. I think.
They had their battle
how big is it
royale.
usually?
Well,
Yeah.
So usually, I don't know. I haven't played a console Call of Duty in a
Isn't
while.
it like
so I
I
have
think
no
it's like
idea.
6. I don't think it was any bigger than 6. I feel like 6 is too much too.
Wasn't Modern Warfare 2 like maybe 8v8 or like 10v10 at some points?
I think the most was 8.
Oh, okay. So yeah, 8v8. So yeah, I think that might be the first for the. But then other than that, like the actual story, like the story's supposed to deal with more like kind of war crimey, innocent civilians, what kind of choices you make, and like the big quote unquote controversy was that IGN got like a sneak peek of playing the game, and they were talking about how dark it was and how it made them feel uncomfortable. And then the internet just basically said they were a bunch of pussies, because it's the internet.
Yeah, give a game a score lower than 8, you cowards.
So yeah, I am kind of interested in seeing how they're gonna do that, but I don't even know when it's out, honestly, but we'll see.
I'm only getting it from word of mouth because I don't have any multiplayer games I'm going to right now besides maybe Monster Hunter. I'm heavily debating paying full price for that. We'll see. That's going off on a totally random tangent.
If you're gonna do it for PC, I would say maybe wait.
Because
Think about it this way. Because now that I have it, if the Spider-Man DLC isn't long, I might be able to basically backpack you through a ton of stuff, which would be hilarious.
Oh, I got a buddy that's ready to boost the both of us whenever we're good to go.
Oh wow, okay. Then I'll wait.
But like, I want to do the full thing, like from the get go.
Yeah, I want to do the story, obviously.
Yeah, and I mean, I know you were talking about getting it when the new expansion comes out.
It's a disease I'm passing to you.
I've been infected.
It's over the audio waves. I don't even know what to talk still. Fuck.
It's called Metness.
Jesus.
I didn't get my Metness shot, and now a flight attendant died. That's too soon. There's a measles outbreak. Vaccinate your kids, please. I don't know where to go from there.
Well, other than that, there's
forgot.
been like a gajillion things that have gone on, but Evo happened, and at Evo we got a taste of a potential new Guilty Gear.
Oh yeah, I
Rob,
remember what I was
since
going to say. Okay, yeah. Before the expansion for Frostburn comes out, I figured it'd be better just to get it so we can like cap and then do all the DLC stuff. That's all. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, PC's caught up now. Besides the Frostburn stuff, so
They're not getting
it should be-
Frostburn till winter.
Yeah, I think. Well, how fitting, huh? Well, yeah, I figured as much. But everything else except Frostburn is finally been caught up now, and that was kind of the main reason I didn't buy it at the start, because it was just so far behind consoles that it just wasn't even worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you played a Guilty Gear before, Rob?
Yeah, I have Exerd on my Steam library right now.
That's the one fighting game I don't think I've ever touched before.
It's hard AF.
Yeah, that's kind of why.
The combo library for the training tutorial is, oh my god, I've spent so much time in there and I still can't like hit some of those. It's very precise and very technical.
That's why I hate fighting games sometimes, because there's some games that are just like the most beautiful looking, entertaining games in the world, and then when you play it, it's like, holy fuck, I have to learn pi to the fucking 20th degree in order to activate my, activate one move, and it's like, Jesus Christ, I can't do this. I don't have the time for it.
And have like the reaction time of a mouse trap.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a better analogy.
I thought that was like a common saying.
Like, and especially with Guilty Gear, because like all those characters are so unique, and it's like I remember I tried my hand at Blast Blue once. God, talk about a precision-based game.
And
Like,
and that's dumbed down too, from like what
yeah,
typical
and
Guilty
that's
Gear
dumbed
is.
down, and I still can't hang with it. Jesus Christ, fuck me.
Yeah, no, Guilty Gear is fun. Like you, once you get some basic combos going, or you don't even need to do combos. Like you could win if you just play footsies the whole time too, but
Yeah,
that means your defense has to be impeccable. Same with your reaction time.
yeah.
But the skill cap for that is just so insanely high, which is why I love watching Evo Japan. So like in terms of anime fighters, more than US Evo.
Oh, I was really into Dragon Ball Z for that Evo because that was really like those. They literally make the characters move like how it would be in the show with how like precise and how fast they're doing. It was like very intense watching it. But yeah, Evo was cool. Guilty Gear. I mean, maybe I don't know. Like I always say that I want to buy a new fighting game when it looks super nice and clean, but I know what I'm putting myself into.
Dude,
Like,
get Samurai Showdown with me.
no, that game looks so slow. It's so footsie based. I don't know if
Yeah,
I'm
but like
Ugh.
that's the thing. It's just knowing your opponent. It's like the best fighting game to get into after not playing fighting games for a while.
I'm such a campy whore. I like campy games. That's why I bought Dragon Ball Z, is because I like big combos and huge explosions.
That's fair. But like,
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, you like what you like. I get it. But that being said, they also dropped the new Guilty Gear. I think that's releasing in 2020, and I don't I don't know how they do it. I actually do know how they do it, and I'm referring to their heavily cel shaded graphics in a 3D plane or 2.5D. But the fact that they can make it look like an anime in a video game when so many others have failed before it, and they just keep improving on it, is a testament on its own. Arc System Works is
They're
they're
gods.
gods. It's it's amazing. It looks so clean. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that. It's just Guilty Gear again in more Guilty Gear cel shaded fashion. Plus that new
Is
character looks dope as fuck.
oh, the black dude with the robo suit?
Yes, African American RoboCop with horns, I think.
Which is hilariously not even the most unique character that Guilty Gear has ever had.
No, and like going back on that, there's builders in that game. There's builders in a fighting game, in a 2D fighting game. That's
Oh, you said billiards?
billiards and builders.
Oh, okay. Because I know there's a character who fights with a pool cue.
Yeah, I think what's his name, Sai. I don't know. He's hard. I couldn't get the hang of him. He's hard as fuck to use. Yeah, can't wait for that and to completely get frustrated at the combo library once again.
Nice.
So let's take a little stroll into patch notes. Okay, someone take it away. I'm rambling.
Spider-Man.
Okay, well, yes.
Braxton, you finally played
Matt,
some Spider-Man.
I finally beat some Spider-Man. God, that's a good game. So
Dude.
fun. So fun. I'm kind of mad I didn't get it earlier, but after getting the deluxe edition,
At least you got to play.
I am not complaining. It's a very, very, very good game.
It is beautiful. What was your favorite part about it, if you had just one?
Honestly, swinging it through the city is very fun.
100%.
I obviously, like, honestly, the beginning of the game when it just shoots you out of that cutscene straight into the game.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing.
And you have to fucking take Kingpin down. Say, hey,
Yeah.
you gotta get Kingpin.
Let's see. What else was good about that game? I mean, I like the boss fights because there's a lot of verticality to
Yes.
them, because you don't just have to sit on the ground. Like, you literally just still swing webs all over the place and just dodge. And that's pretty... Like, the last fight because I don't know how far you've gotten, Matt,
Mhm.
so I won't spoil it. But the last fight is just like you're outdoors, so it's like, dude, I can just swing around and like be a badass
And
throw
heal
webs
for a
all over
little
the
bit,
place.
just like relax.
It was really fun, and then once you start like, because I basically did, I just got the platinum literally like 10 minutes ago.
Mhm.
So once you get all the abilities, like you just
You become a badass. You become Spider-Man.
you can literally just take people out like nothing. Like it's almost unfair. Like because I was doing some of the side, I didn't have enough crime tokens,
Mhm.
so I was just doing some side crimes to get more tokens.
Yeah.
And it almost became like repetitive at that point.
Oh, because it was just too easy?
I already maxed my your level caps at 50, but you can keep leveling up after that. You just get smaller rewards.
Oh, I see.
So like at a point, like I'm just doing so much damage so fast that it's not even worth it for me to try that hard.
Because it was like decently hard at first.
Yeah, I mean it was a challenge because you didn't have your optimal combos,
Mhm.
you didn't have like insta kills and stuff like that. But now it's like, oh, every time I get a focus bar, I can use it twice without having to burn any more mana.
Yeah.
Oh, every time I dodge a bullet, I get to automatically take out the guy who
Yeah.
shot me. It's just like it's like easy mode almost at that point.
Yeah, you just become super OP, and it's beautiful.
Yeah,
But then
Doesn't that
it kind of takes
kinda
away.
take away.
It does take away.
well, so the thing is, it takes away from it if you're just doing the story and not all the side missions. It actually does not. But because I'm an achievement whore, it does for me. Because like towards the end of the game, like I just wanted to max out each suburb or each city.
Like I think it was
county.
district. Yeah, it was like each district.
Yeah, so I just wanted to max out districts, and basically I literally would zip over to a light pole, wait for 10 minutes, check my scanner, see if there's any crimes, and then chase after them and just rinse, wash, repeat until I got enough to clear the district.
Mhm.
So there's not really a lot of incentive there to do anything. I think the only thing I didn't know about until I looked through the achievements was that if you're like in the city and you're not swinging, you're just walking with the rest of the people, sometimes you get prompts up from some of the people and they'll give you like high fives or they'll give you like they'll dap you up, or sometimes they'll tell you if there's a crime happening, and it's like really cool. It's just like, oh, Spider-Man, hey, I love you. Oh, it's like you do a high five with somebody. He's like, oh, did somebody get that? Did someone snap the pic? It was like, it's just really funny.
Did you keep the guys Jonah's podcast on?
Oh yeah, of course I did. Why would I turn?
Did
that
it
off?
ever like when you weren't fighting crime for a little bit? Someone will call into his podcast and just be like, "Oh man, I saw Spider-Man. Just there was this huge crime that happened, and Spider-Man was around the vicinity, but I just saw him go away." And then Jonah just goes in. Jonah's like, "See, Spider-Man doesn't want to help you out. He's doing his own agenda." He's like, "It's ridiculous."
I remember I did all the Black Cat missions, and there was this one who was like, well, it looks like Black Cat is out and she's back to her old tricks. And guess who's gonna be with her? Spider-Man.
Yes.
Why do you think he wants to be with her so bad? Is it because he wants to use his web shooters? And I was like, dude, what in the world?
Yeah, he has no filter, and I think it is. It's what's his name?
You think it's J.K. Simmons?
I think it is J.K. Simmons.
I don't think it's J. He hasn't done that in years.
I think it is here. Let me look that up. I'm pretty sure it is.
But you can get the original. You can get the original suit. I don't know if that's in the regular edition or the deluxe edition, but you can get the original Tobey Maguire.
Oh yeah.
Suit.
Well, I don't know because I didn't buy it. It was my girlfriend's roommate, but she has the suit, and like you didn't even have to unlock it. It was just
no. There was some that they just gave you, but it wasn't my favorite suit. My favorite suit is still the Mark II iron armor.
Yeah,
that is just like the sickest suit to me.
Those suits just got ridiculous. There were so many. There's like, I want to say over 20 at least.
Yeah, something like that, like 20, 25, something like that.
Yeah, some of them were trash. trash
Yeah,
suits.
yes. Some are just so like the reason I wanted to do all the districts and stuff was because there was your last suit.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't really a spoiler. It's just you in your underwear with the Spider-Man mask on. But like the power for that is when you activate it, everyone goes down in one hit, including yourself. So it's basically the biggest risk reward suit power that you can get in the game.
What the hell?
So if you want to talk about being OP, as soon as you hit it, if you don't get hit once, I mean you're duffing people.
Damn. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. But good game. Really good game. Good story. I don't know a lot about the overall the villains and the lore and whatnot, but the story is nice. There could be potential for a sequel based on the credits. And yeah, just interested in seeing if anything ends up happening with this franchise, because it was a good, one of the best Spider-Man games I've ever played, because I've only played 2 Spider-Man games in my life, and one of them was for the Nintendo DS, so that's saying a lot.
All the Spider-Man games I played, they've been pretty good. But this one was really good.
Where are you at right now in terms of the story?
Doc Ock has emerged.
Okay.
Well,
then you're not that far from the end.
yeah, I was getting close to it. But then her PS4 broke. So can't
Whose
play
fault
it.
is that?
Not
Whose fault
mine,
is
not
that,
mine.
Matt?
She was playing, I want to say Skyrim.
Fortnite, I knew
Skyrim?
Whatever.
Oh, well,
Not
Matt
Skyrim.
Matt was giving Walter some medicine. He sprayed it all up inside the PS4.
Walter
Is a human, by the way. Matt has to give him medicinal treatments every day through a syringe.
He's just staring at me through the crack in a case door. It's kind of creeping me out.
Wait, Rob, did you not get the pop filter?
What? No, because I have nowhere to attach it to, because it's supposed to be used on like the, for lack of a better term, a boom mic, whatever the stand is, the clip-on stand. And this is just my standing microphone stand, because I was in a rush because Braxton needed to go to bedtime early, so
Dude,
I didn't want to waste any time.
We chopped it up for like 20 minutes beforehand. I don't know.
I was set up. I was set up already. I was ready to go at 5. Don't put your evil on me.
7 p.m. Central
All right,
Time
whatever.
for you Midwesterners.
Hey, whatever, man. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Good stuff. I'm going to be playing the DLC this basically forever.
Yeah,
until
I'm
it's
excited to
over.
hear about that, because I think there's like DLC for the Black Cat. Is that her name? The
Yep.
Black Cat?
Yep.
And then that the girl from Sable.
Yep. And then there was another one for some other dude, but I don't know who that is yet. So
Maybe the biker dude?
so no, you can. That's a side mission. You could do that.
Ooh, I need to do that.
What's his name? Dang it, what's his name?
Ah,
Not Hammerhead, but shoot, what's his name?
Tombstone.
Yeah, that's a side mission that you can do. So
Oh yeah, speaking of side missions, the MJ missions were kind of annoying at first.
kinda. I don't know.
I've only heard bad things about the MJ missions. Like, it just completely takes you out of the game because it's so different, and you're basically stripped of everything besides walking.
Well, at the beginning, yes, you get items and powers because it's MJ, and then it's also Miles, because Miles is kind of works the same way.
Really makes you feel like being a civilian.
I was really hoping Miles would like turn into Spider-Man like midway through, which would have been a good twist.
No. Miles gets his moments, but not in this game. Basically, mostly in cutscenes. But yeah, I mean, MJ gets some weapons from Spider-Man. She also gets to use Spider-Man himself in one mission, which I
That
thought
was
the
dope.
coolest mission.
That was the fun MJ mission.
yeah, that was a cool mission. I really enjoyed that. I also almost shit my pants because I didn't know if I defused the bomb right or not. But
The invisibility
yeah,
thing
that's
was
good.
dope.
Oh, in
Yeah, like the
amusement
magnetic
yeah, that
stuff.
was cool. I didn't like you always see with games like they always have like the procedurally generated stuff where like the NPCs do something and it happens to them, but it can't happen to you. But I was pleasantly surprised that that actually happened to me as well when you walk through the thing. So that was fun. And then Miles gets like a hacker, so he gets to like hack machines and stuff. So it doesn't get terrible, for lack of a better word.
But yeah, I can see where people are coming from, because like
well, yeah,
Spider-Man can do so much.
Yeah, you get all the freedom and stuff, and then you just get caught once and you lose. It's like it's a big difference.
Because it takes time, and you can't skip through it.
I mean, honestly, those levels I don't even think are that long. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like if you get it through right. I mean, the one MJ mission that frustrated me was when you were infiltrating Sable in Central Park. If you remember that one.
Oh yeah. And the reason I had trouble with that is because I kept forgetting that I had the spider. Like,
oh yeah, the distract. I think that was the first one that you got to use That was one of the weapons you get, Rob. It was it was something you threw and it made noise and then it distracted people. It was like a spider distractor.
Yeah, you don't get to attack enemies until that first mission where you get Spider-Man to assist, and then after that you get another weapon, but I won't spoil that for Matt. And then you can just fight yourself as MJ. So,
ooh.
But not like fight. You still got to sneak.
She gets super strength.
Yeah, I didn't want to spoil it.
She becomes Spider-Man, Spider-Woman.
Yeah, she actually turns into Spider-Gwen, so it's crazy. I don't know how they worked that in there.
They really took some creative liberties with that story, huh?
But yeah,
but all good.
Spider-Man.
All good.
Rob, play some Spider-Man.
I want to. It's been on my list for a long time, and I've killed that list. Except
Spider-Man.
just trying to beat Dragon Quest now, and Spider-Man has to wait
I thought you beat it already, honestly, with the pace that you were going at, with all the other JRPGs you've been playing.
Oh no, I've been busy traveling, and the only thing I've been able to do really is just bust through some manga.
Whilst traveling.
Noise.
Yes.
Well, I guess before we get into the manga, you want to tell us what Tiny Metal is? Because I don't know what that is.
So Tiny Metal was essentially the spiritual successor to Advance Wars. The game that I got recently was Tiny Metal 2, and it's like Advance Wars, except it's in 3D this time. Still that build up your army, take over the enemy's base kind of game, strategy. And I don't know, there's not much I have to say about this one really. I'm really just like not engaged with it as much as I thought I'd be. The story's kind of flat for me. The characters are alright. They got like 2D cutscenes, and they're all animated fairly well in like a Danganronpa-esque style. But the gameplay, it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't bring too much to the board for me. It feels like really plastic.
So it's not better than the other game. What was that? It's not Warframe. What was it?
Wargroove? Yeah. I liked Wargroove a lot, but I think that has to do more with just how pretty everything was in a 2D atmosphere. Maybe this is just my brain subliminally telling me to stop watching 3D CGI animes and whatnot. But yeah, right now it's sitting. Like I don't feel any need to go back to it. Really, I'll probably play it next time I'm on a plane or something. But yeah, it's okay.
A lot of strategy games coming out recently. That new Fire Emblem just came out too. Like a lot of turn-based strategies coming out.
When did Cadence of Hyrule come out?
Ooh, maybe like maybe a month and some change ago. Maybe a month and a half.
I heard that's been killing it, man.
Yeah, I never even played the original.
Same here, but I mean, I'm down. I haven't played like a decent rhythm game in a long time, and I just like the idea of how Nintendo gave one of its licenses away to an indie developer, and they killed it, which might pave the way for way more cool Nintendo indie games.
Yeah, that isn't very Nintendo like when you think about it.
No, not
They
really.
really just do that.
But I'm hoping someone like comes out there that made an awesome fan made Pokemon game and just takes over that, and
Oh, that ain't happening.
we'll have
That ain't
a
happening.
decent game.
That ain't happening.
Oh, that's fine. We'll see where that goes. Oh, also I just got notification that Saints Row 5 is in development right now.
Hey.
What?
Wow.
Weird.
I didn't know both of you guys played Saints Row.
It's been a
actually
while.
have not.
I played it on
never
the
played it.
Xbox.
Yeah, same here. And Saints Row 3 was awesome. Even though I never played 2. I heard
Mm-hmm.
2
Same
is
here.
like okay, but the first one was awesome. And I really like what they did with 3 where they just kind of went all in with its ridiculousness and kind of just strayed away from that whole like GTA formula.
That's what I was about to say.
They
it's
they
like-
just really leaned into how crazy things got in their world.
I noticed there's a lot of lack of talking about 4. Is there any particular reason?
I don't know. I didn't hear much about 4. I think 4 was like
That's the one I saw the most gameplay about, honestly.
I think that's-
besides like some of 3.
That's the one where they like got really experimental, and I think you had superpowers and stuff.
Yeah, that's the one.
And I think this is going more back to basics with like it's
Just
kind of like
gangs.
street gangster, Fast and Furious, family vibes, that kind of thing. I'm paraphrasing from the article I read it from, but yeah,
Interesting.
I'm excited for that, but we'll see because I know that team hasn't really been funding their games properly, and the quality is shown for that.
Saints Row 5, huh?
Yeah, it's 2019, and we're still talking about Saints Row.
But then you just said it
I-
started. So
yeah,
it's going to be a
they're
minute.
heavily in development, so there's no release date or like trailer or anything yet. But that's cool. It's cool that we're still getting new Borderlands and Saints Rows, I guess.
For sure. I'm down. I'm down for it. As soon
Yeah.
as the PS4 gets fixed, that's not mine.
How are you even going to go about fixing it? What?
So what happened is she was playing one of those games, and then
One of what games? Hentai?
Bethesda
Skyrim or Elder Scrolls, something, one of those games. And then it just like shut off in the middle of it and hasn't turned back on since.
That's the Bethesda mark of quality right there.
Probably.
Straight up brick your console.
But there was there was issues with it before. Like one time I think I asked you guys like, what can I do to fix it? Because every time I turned it on, it would just go on for a second and shut off. So I think it was just like inevitable what was happening to it. I think it's just done. It's dead.
Yeah, I think you just need to get a new one.
I think I just need to get one. It's not even getting a new one.
I heard that.
Yeah, you can't you get the Slims now for 200, I think.
But do you think another they're gonna make like a PS5 anytime soon?
Oh yeah, I think 2020 or
will.
2021.
But
They're already
there's no-
talking about specs on it.
Yeah, but there's no guarantee it'll be good. So might as well take advantage of, because what always happens every console generation is they try to pump up the new thing, the old thing gets cheap, there aren't enough games to support the new thing, and then everything's like super cheap and you can play everything.
This is true. I might be down because there's so many games I want to play right now. Beat Spider-Man. Well, I'll have to start that Spider-Man game over, which isn't the worst thing.
Yeah, I guess it's not. I mean, there is a new game plus anyway, so yeah, you get the answer to do that anyway.
Yep.
What's the point in doing New Game Plus if you like 100% it?
That's why I'm not going to do it. But there is an option if you wanted to.
All right.
I wish I could send you a picture of this little dog staring at me through the crack because he has one of those donuts on his head so he doesn't lick his wound.
Oh, the cone.
Yeah.
The cone of shame.
But it's
Cone
like
of shame? You mean the mobile cereal bowl? I need to get one for myself.
no, his is like just like a little flotation device that because he's a smaller dog. If there was a cone on his head, he would just like fall over.
Oh, he's just a little woofer.
He's a little cutie. I love him for real. But yeah, is that the end of Patch Notes?
I think so.
Yep. Take it away. Take us to the cinema.
Moving on to Cine Matthew. Which probably this time should be named Seth Rogen. Okay, that was terrible. I'm sorry. But all of the things I've watched, Seth Rogen was involved in each of them.
Welcome to the Zem movie, Seth Rogen experience.
Seth Rogen experience. I'll start off with The Boys. Seth Rogen is one of the co-creators for it. He wasn't actually in it. He had like a cameo when it first started. But essentially, The Boys is like a satirical superhero universe where these superheroes are essentially a corporation. So they're really looking out for their own interests instead of like saving people. And
99% of them.
yeah, 99% of them. They're like really all about getting followers or like maintaining their image. They're essentially like celebrities.
It's Justice League Influencer Edition.
Exactly. No, exactly
Woof.
like that. But it's super, super funny, super dark, super gory. It's on Amazon. I would definitely give it a watch. I binged through it in like less than a week. Just because each episode I just wanted to know what was going to happen. And there's a good twist at the end, so there's definitely going to be another season.
Hopefully.
But yeah, I don't know. Have any of you guys heard anything about it? Watched anything?
I've heard it. It's just I don't have Amazon. If there was a way to watch it without getting Prime, I would watch it. You know what? There's probably I haven't dug enough in the internet. There's absolutely a way I
I
can
was
watch
about to say,
this
who the
without
hell
Prime.
is talking right now?
Yeah, I've just been away. I've been working, and it's just bootlegging just isn't as sexy and as exciting as it used to be.
Especially when your bedtime is 9 o'clock.
Well, shit, just get Amazon Prime. Well, with Amazon Prime, you have to, I think, pay it all at once. I think it's like $160 for the year.
But think of how much you save on shipping.
Yeah, and then...
Well, I don't ship anything.
And you can watch Made in Abyss, which I don't think either of you have yet.
Ooh, so that's on Prime?
That show doesn't interest me.
Yeah,
I have Prime now, so I can watch Made in Abyss now.
But if that's just straight anime, I got my anime plug. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, didn't you watch a couple episodes of Made in Abyss already? Or am I
Me?
making that up?
No, I never watched it. I know what it's about, but it didn't seem interesting.
Ooh.
I've heard everyone think, what was it, the anime of, 2017, 2018? What was it?
Yeah, Braxton's a rebel. He only watches the underrated shit.
He's
Low
hipster.
tier anime.
Yeah, I only watch the stuff no one's ever heard of, like Dragon Ball Z.
Dubbed. The real rebel.
Yes, dubbed.
Just watching it now. I think they're finally finishing up, right? Or did they finish up?
No, right now, Jiren is about to face Ascended Vegeta and Goku Kaioken.
Okay, so like 7 or 8 episodes left.
Yeah, it's almost
Yeah,
there.
I think there's only like 7 episodes left or something like that. So.
But yeah, definitely find a way to watch The Boys because it is hilarious.
How many episodes is it?
Only 8. They're about
Oh, that's not
they're
bad.
about 58 minutes long. But yeah, the storytelling is good. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it until you watch it. You get to see someone get exploded by a Flash looking character. He just like runs right through her and she evaporates.
Not even 10 minutes into the series.
Yeah. Because it's like, it starts off and you're like, this is kind of boring. It's like a boring superhero thing. Then boom, there's blood everywhere. And it's like, holy shit.
You know what's funny is like that he could literally avoid that if he wanted to. That just shows he didn't give any fucks and was like, yeah, let's see.
Pretty
what
much.
Pretty
But you'll-
much.
I mean, like, you get a little bit more backstory on what was going on.
Yeah. Oh, so you watched it, Rob, or no?
I saw all of it, yeah.
Oh, you finished it too?
Yeah. You didn't give me a chance.
I'm sorry. I just kept going. What was your favorite part of it?
The airplane.
God damn.
That show is actually fucked up. Like, that is...
Now I have to watch it.
I feel like The Boys is what Watchmen was aiming to be.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not. But in my eyes, I feel like that's like the vibe that Watchmen was trying to go for in terms of like a satirical superhero universe.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Watchmen is more about through the eyes of the superheroes.
Yeah.
This is like through the eyes of people affected by superheroes, and just how like there's no control over the responsibility, because if like a superhero fucks up, they just try to cover it up like Clinton
Mhm.
style.
Yeah, it's like literally superheroes just implemented into our universe. And they do it well.
Yeah, I liked it. The the part that was like how that was just like too ridiculous for me was when they did the 400-meter dash with like the fastest guy in the world and the second fastest guy in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, how are they gonna do this? Are they gonna run like a full marathon? Are they gonna just like do a superhero marathon and make it like 26,000 miles? And it was just like, nah, they're just running a 400-meter dash.
And
so
it was
it's
like
over
2
in,
second scene. It was like a
Yeah.
2-second scene.
They hype it up like globally. They sell all these tickets to this track, and it's like
Mhm.
Olympic levels of crowds and stuff like that. And then it's just over.
I just love all the flaws of the soups. Braxton, they're called soups, the superheroes in there.
I hate that name.
It's so
dumb.
it's so weird. But it fits so well into our universe, like making words shorter. Soups, perf. That's an example of it, but yeah. Just the little things that are off with them. Like Homelander. Homelander is essentially Superman. But Homelander's fucked up. Like
Dude,
in the
that
head.
dude's a sociopath. That actor killed it.
Kills
man.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's so believable as like this guy that's wearing a mask for the public, but then once the camera's off of him, he's just like,
The worst.
I'm so much better than these ants kind of thing.
The ending was just like, well, what the fuck is gonna happen now? I'm just like, god damn.
Well, I needed more shows because I just bought some popcorn recently and I haven't had any excuse to use it yet. So that sounds like the perfect time.
Oh,
to
yeah.
use it.
Wait, so I could have gotten you to watch all these shows if I shipped you some popcorn via Amazon Prime, because the shipping rates are a steal.
Hey, whoa, hey. I know we have a lot of sponsors, but I don't think we can afford an Amazon Prime.
Oh, they function at a loss, so it's okay. We only have L's for them.
The only way it can make it work is if we all individually marry Jeff Bezos and then all individually divorce him, so we can continue funding the podcast.
It can be done. Just gotta grow my hair.
Yeah,
out a little
okay,
bit.
but I get to marry him first to get that huge chunk of change, and then you guys get the residuals after that.
That's fine.
Oh.
That's fine. I'll take what I can get.
Hey man, I gotta pay off this SoundCloud Premium monthly.
All right, that's true. Rob does get
Yeah,
to
he
go
gets to
first.
go first. You can even go second, Braxton.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you could even go second, Rob.
Okay, moving on into the next superhero section. It is Long Shot. Matt, can you tell us a little bit more about this superhero?
Long Shot. Great superhero. Can't think of anything right now. But Long Shot is that movie with Charlize Theron. Or Theron. I'm not sure how to say it. And once again, Seth Rogen, since this is his section this week.
Hey.
Yeah, essentially Seth Rogen is who he is in every other movie.
That's every Seth Rogen movie.
But this time he is a journalist who was babysitted by this girl who eventually is running for president, and they run into each other later, and then he becomes her writer. Yada, 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 they fall in love, yada, 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 they break up, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. It was that typical formula, but still really funny. Like, I still enjoyed it, even though I knew exactly what was going to happen the whole time, because it's that same formula for, like, every romantic comedy. But
that might be the most efficient spoiler you've had on this podcast.
Because you already know it's gonna happen. Like what I wanted.
No, I don't. I don't know.
You knew it was gonna happen.
You ever wonder how a guy like Seth Rogen is able to get so many roles where he's like the leading man, just making out with all these like bombshell ladies, like him out of all people.
Let's
in the
see,
world.
like
That's
Katherine
crazy.
Heigl. Who else?
Yeah.
To be fair, Katherine Heigl, I don't consider her top tier like Charlize Theron.
Well, yeah, Charlize Theron is.
I like them both.
Top tier because she's beautiful. She does this like
She's a
weird
smart woman.
elbow thing, like she waves because they talk about certain things that make her unlikable because she's running for president in the movie, and then like her wave, she's like using her elbow weird. It kind of freaked me out because she's a very lanky woman. She's like Giannis. She has the body dimensions of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I mean, hell, he bangs Elizabeth Banks and Zack and Miri make a porno. Like, what's with all these good-looking women that Seth Rogen just gets to?
You just got to be funny and have a charming laugh.
And
Have you heard Seth Rogen's laugh? Seth Rogen was on Truth or Dab recently. I think with
Charlize, probably.
And his laugh is like it's like he's dying.
That's the amount of weed he smokes.
It's like it's ridiculous.
that's what your voice sounds like when it's reverberating through layers of resin.
Ooh. I will give one eensy teeny weeny spoiler in there.
Unbelievable. Unprofessional. I hate you.
There's this scene where Seth Rogen's computer is hacked, and he's listening to a speech he wrote for Charlize Theron, and he starts masturbating, and then
as Seth Rogen would do,
and then he
yes.
comes on his face.
Oh, this is a video?
Yes, you don't see any penis. You just imagine
But
Seth
do you see
Rogen
any
just
semen?
going.
That's the important
Just
question.
imagine Seth Rogen going, oh, and then like it comes in, it hits him in his beard, and then he goes, oh no! It was one of the funniest things. I'm sorry I ruined it, y'all. I had to get that off my chest.
Yeah, we're actually watching Matt through video cam right now, and he just came into his own.
But that
face.
shit
It was
made me so
incredible.
paranoid. I'm like, fuck. Are there any videos of me doing something along the lines?
Probably.
Oh,
There's
God.
a song from a band that I listen to. They're called Nowhere, and one of their songs is called "The Government Knows." And literally, most of the lyrics are: "The government knows when you masturbate. The government knows when you're lying at home and you feel alone." Something like that. Looking at you through your webcam, looking at you as Uncle Sam.
Oh God.
Okay,
Yada yada.
we've gone way too far down this rabbit hole, and
But
it's time to go back.
so Long Shot, it's gonna be your typical rom-com formula.
Is Longshot because he came that far from his beard to
Okay.
I think Seth Rogen was high during like one of the scenes. He's like, "Hey, this is a long shot." But it had its moments for sure.
All right, okay, we're done. I just want to. Okay, we all know why we're here. Matt, Lion King.
Last one, Lion King.
How many torches do I need to light right now?
Ooh, Lion King. For a 2-hour movie,
Oof.
it seemed rushed. Not in the sense that I wanted it to last longer.
Oh, that's a big oof.
It's just, it didn't have like the emotion of the cartoon because obviously they used the CGI to make them look as realistic as possible. And a lot of the singing scenes, they just did not translate well with the CGI. For example, if you guys remember, I'm assuming you've watched the Lion King cartoon.
The cartoon or the movie?
The movie, the Lion King movie.
I've watched both. I've watched the cartoon, the movie, and one of the sequels.
So Scar's Be Prepared, where he's singing about like, I'm gonna kill Mufasa, be prepared. That was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life in this Lion King movie because it's just a lion basically just walking around trying to like make this whole like, because it's so like grandiose in the cartoon, because it can be in the cartoon. It just doesn't translate when a lion's mouth is moving, but there's no emotion on the lion's face. Just a bunch of the singing scenes that just, it didn't feel right, even if it had Donald Glover and Beyonce, it was emotionless and it kind of sucked. A lot of the visuals are really cool, but I don't know. It didn't go. And what I mean by it being rushed is it just seemed like the scene started and it would end, like kind of leaving you with nothing. And then, yeah, it had no good transitions. It's just like, this is this, 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 end.
Just trying to create it like scene for scene.
Exactly. And it just didn't have it didn't have a good flow to it. I mean, like, I liked it, but I don't know. I just feel like this is still just part of Disney's ploy for their, their streaming service they're about to release. They're just trying to like add to it. I feel like
they could have done a lot more with like if they just leaned into the medium of it being like a live action instead of like just reframing all the old scenes with live action.
Yeah,
they could have done something with that, like Mulan, how they're leaning more into that being a drama, even though it's been done in China like 50,000 times.
Yeah, so I'm not excited for any remake of Disney movies moving forward. Maybe the Little Mermaid.
Forever.
It's ruined. It's ruined.
You heard it here first. 2D waifus prevail. Lion King 3D. Pig disgusting.
Is Nala a waifu or what are we saying here?
Some people's waifus.
But
I don't know. Are we getting
a highlight from Lion King though was Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner as Timon and Pumbaa. But other than that was about it. And I feel like I only really said that because this is Seth Rogen's section right now.
he got the pity points.
He gets the pity points. But yeah, Lion King. Watch the original. Don't watch this one. This is 2.5 thumbs down.
Ooh, wow.
I had to add another thumb. It would have
That's
been
one phalange extra.
It would have been 3, but Seth Rogen, good job. As Pumbaa. But yeah, concludes Cine Matthew for me.
Let's take it away with. So someone else fills in right here. Someone.
Chapter Black.
You just want other people to do your job, okay?
I feel like we need more of a creative flair with each episode. It can't just be me every time. People get tired of that. But they want to hear the real Braxton. They want to hear the get in your ear and whisper in candlelight Braxton.
You mean the ASMR Braxton?
Ooh, let's bring it back. Did we ever have it?
Like R&B Braxton.
Ooh, R&B Braxton.
R&B man.
90s R&B. Where like they'd be singing this like, yeah, close your eyes. That was a bad example, but
that's good.
Matt's getting really excited. I don't know what's going on.
90s R&B is my shit. That's why.
Yeah. Hey, girl. I just want to let you know. I'm here to show you the utmost respect. Ooh.
But JoJo's is over.
JoJo's Jodeci. Play it.
JoJo Jodeci.
Every time I close my eyes.
That was actually a low-key good transition.
So
I thought that was the ending song for a while, right?
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious.
My mind.
Well, so how'd you guys like part 5? Good, bad, ugly, in the middle?
I liked all of it. Some parts I liked it. Like 3, the middle was it just felt like it was way too long sometimes. And this one, it was very to the point. This is like Iraqi, finally figuring out his style. And well, I don't know, because Diamond is Unbreakable was awesome. None of those episodes felt out of place. Yeah, and this just felt more in line with it. It didn't feel like there was any filler, even though the other ones didn't have filler. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
it felt like everything was there for a reason.
Because part 3 definitely felt like that monster of the week, and it didn't really have a good flow to it. I really liked this season a lot. It was just a good storyline.
Character design on point. Colors on point.
Drawing.
The finale. Oh, drawing's always amazing. Yeah. Araki is the master of his craft. I mean, you don't get... Name another mangaka that had his art put up in the Louvre.
I can't.
Does the Mona Lisa count?
Is that a manga?
Colorized manga.
Yep.
Yeah, that finale, that made me realize how much I really like those characters and am gonna miss them.
So, and then you were so excited, you decided to just read straight into 2 more parts.
Yeah, I did. I finished reading Kengan Ashura, and
and that too.
And that was everything. That was everything I needed in the story. Let's talk about tournament arcs for a second.
Oh yeah, I love tournament arcs.
Kengan Ashura is a giant tournament arc.
Yeah, but fuck the anime because you literally cut off in the middle of a tournament arc. I don't know when the next episodes are coming.
And you could tell the progression of that mangaka. I forgot his name. You could see it up until the tournament arc. He's still following into his drawing style. And once they get on the boat to go over to the tournament arc and get off, completely different. Everything's clean cut. It's just amazing, anatomically, and from really getting a sense of motion and impact in those panels. It doesn't pop off until you get to the Kengan Annihilation tournament. I didn't see much of the anime yet. I'm maybe 4 episodes in, but I think they're doing okay with using CG as like a good medium. Sometimes it's jarring because like some of the
Yeah,
characters are
it's
2D, but they're talking to 3D characters. But
it's kind of weird.
it is. It's I don't know. It kind of breaks immersion sometimes, but I really think they did I think they're implementing like the CG in a good way to where they're using it for fights and it looks like crisp and you're seeing everything at like a higher frame rate and I don't
Yeah, the
know.
fight. I think the CG is great for the fights, but when they're like hanging out and talking, it's just weird.
Yeah, it really is. And all the voice acting too is pretty well done. It's like everything that I expected reading it in my own head, except for Imai Cosmo. That voice actor is a joke.
Are you watching it in English or Japanese?
I'm watching it in English.
Cool. Because the guy who does the old man is Speedwagon, and
Oh no
the
way!
guy who does the announcer, I think it's the same announcer from JoJo. I want to say. I'm not sure, but I want to say.
That's awesome.
I haven't seen
And
any
then-
dubbed JoJos though.
Oh, yeah, I watched part 1 dubbed because I like Speedwagon's voice. It's really funny. And then the girl is she's Anne in Persona 5. I know that.
What? Wait, which girl?
The woman with the glasses.
Oh no way!
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like we strayed off of JoJo's for a little bit though. That
Oh no, Kangen! I literally marathon Kangen Ashura as soon as I the first episode was kind of weird, but then once I started getting into it, like I couldn't stop watching.
dude, you
Also, the
like
the music is like good. Like at the end, they have like trap Japanese.
Ooh.
yeah, I was gonna say that. Oh man, it was weird. I was like, wait a minute, is
You
this
talking like Keith
this
Ape?
English?
Like,
Keith Ape?
I was like, is this a new Migos album? And then it's just like all in Japanese. I was like, oh my god, what is this? This is like I'm just Millie rocking on my couch
Watching
while I'm
anime
It's
and
like,
Millie
it's
rocking.
Really good.
Wow.
It's good.
Wow.
Music's good. Fights are good. The anime literally stops in the middle of the tournament. Like they're still like. Not only does it stop in the middle of the tournament, the end credits at the end it gives you a preview for the next episode that doesn't exist.
Well, you know they're probably just doing it Baki style because I know with Grappler Baki, I was like, I finished the first season. Oh my god, what is that?
I don't know what that is. It was above me, and I don't know if it was like a drill or what the hell.
It
that
sounded
was.
like a ghost moan from my end. It was like.
It sounded like a dying elephant.
Oh my god, I still need to watch that one Brothers Grimm or Brothers Grimsby. Really, a side note. That video you sent the
Wait.
other day.
What the movie?
Who sent that? Oh my gosh, Walter.
Is that
Yeah,
the
it's a Juto. He's like all whacked out right now. He's on drugs. Walter's on drugs again.
Oh
gave
no, Walter, you're not the same when you're on
Walter.
drugs.
We were best friends, man.
No, all you want
I
to do
learned-
is
I
sit at
learned from
home.
watching
But the
you.
just a side note, like I think Rob, you sent it one time. It was that like Sacha Baron Cohen movie.
Oh,
With the
no.
elephants.
Let's not open up that book.
We won't.
That is too much.
Yeah, that was a big gross.
I was dying watching that.
I just could. I think we know what checks Matt's boxes off in the comedy department now.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Semen. Mostly just semen.
I'll take the shot, you scream.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh
another.
my god! All right. Shit, are we still talking about JoJo? Or what?
we were talking about Kengan.
I know, but are we gonna talk any more about JoJo? Or is that was it?
Well, I mean, unless Rob wants to spoil Stone Ocean and Steel Ball Run, I don't know if there's.
No, part 5. Like, what else did you have to add onto that finale? What if they didn't fuck with that rock? What would happen?
Then
did you guys like? I felt the rock part was just kind of rushed in to tie up. loose
yeah, because
ends.
when it
No,
ended,
I like it. It felt like a fresh take on a conclusion.
yeah,
How
Definitely.
it was
it's
always
like,
faded.
Fugo, you're alive. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, what's up, Fugo?
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, I wish he came back. Someone told me that instead of chocolata and green tea, or am I make
No,
yeah,
you're
chocolate.
right. Or Green
Yeah,
Day.
yeah, Green Day and the other guy,
Sanctuary or
Oasis. The dude was it was supposed to be Fugo.
Secco.
It
What?
was supposed to be Fugo, but the writer, he was just extremely mad that week he was making the manga, that he's just like, I'm just gonna make this fucked up guy, and then he made Green Tea and Chocolata because that was one of the most fucked up characters on JoJo for sure.
Oh wait, Fugo was supposed to turn into a bad guy?
Yeah, because he still works for the boss. You know, he left them and he's like, I can't risk my life. But then instead
I
he
guess.
chose to do the Green Tea and Chocolata instead. Green Day and Oasis.
But Fugo is a loyal one. He would never do that to his bros.
We'll never know. We'll never know. But that was just like a little fun fact. But yeah, I really liked it.
And moving on from that, so like I finished Kengan Ashura, the manga. I just scrolled through Netflix one day. That came on there. So immediately I'm like, well, Braxton's never gonna become a real one, so this is his chance. And like I'm kind of disappointed because that manga is actually like so well illustrated, and I'm happy I started reading it like once it was all out because it's a real page turner. And then yeah, once I finished that, kind of like itching to read another good one. So I got into Stone Ocean with Jolene Cujo. That was a trip. I like how it takes place in America the entire time. It takes place
USA.
not only does it take place in America, but it takes place in the capital of crazies, Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
And it's the whole story starts out with it's I felt like it was a little homage to part 3. Jolene, she starts out in a prison cell, and after that it just becomes a prison story for like half of it until they need to like plot their escape and whatnot. And then the prison is so big that it doesn't even feel like a prison, and there's a men's unit and a women's unit. I think Araki needs to do a little bit more studying with his American justice system.
I think America needs to do more studying of the American justice system. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah, no, that's true. That is also true. But yeah, her power is stone free, which makes her turn into, or like her body is composed of thread. So the creativity and what she could do there is really awesome. Her stand, when you ball up a bunch of thread, it becomes like super hard, stuff like that, kind of like a Kevlar kind of thing. So she uses that for like close range, but if she wants to do long range stuff, she can throw out a thread. But as the thread unravels, like her body starts to come apart.
Oh shit.
But it's yeah, yeah. So if she goes too far, she could like unravel her heart and put herself at like a lot of risk. But the really like JoJo's can be like super fucking gross sometimes.
Yes.
When she unravels herself, like holes in her skin start coming up, and you see like the thread like bunched up in
Oh god.
like muscles. It's like
Eek.
it's really nasty for until you get used to it. I'm still not used to it, but I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's all out there colorized too. So if you want to see like Iraqi's vision in different tones and moods and whatnot, it's a really good read. And yeah, I finished that, and then I was like, well, can never have enough JoJo's, so I started Steel Ball Run. And Steel Ball Run. Oh yeah, in Stone Ocean, this isn't like it's not like a huge spoiler, but you know how Jojolian takes place in like a parallel universe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's canon because in Stone Ocean, like everything gets remade.
Oh, okay. That answers kind of my question as to why they were going back into the old stuff.
Yeah, but like the like, oh man, if you thought what is it, Red Emperor?
Crimson or King Crimson.
King... Yeah, if you thought King Crimson was confusing, the way that they explain the rewriting of the universe is it's like 6 pages of like text box to text box
Damn.
wording. So that was a cool read. Steel Ball Run, it feels like the Back to the Future 3 of the series.
So not good. Not as good as
Which one? Back to the Future 3 is that when they go to the Wild Wild West?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Out of place?
yeah, I'm not a huge Western guy, but like so far this is becoming one of my favorite JoJo's parts. It's really
Okay.
good.
That's what everyone says. Everyone says Johnny is where JoJo shines.
I don't know, Johnny's kind of a little bitch. My guy in that is Gyro Zappelli. That dude's a badass.
Oh, another Zeppeli.
Yeah, and he's got like this grill, and it's like it's engraved, and it says like "Go Go Zeppeli," and I'm like, wow, that's so corny. I love it.
Going back to part 4 or part 5 was the most recent one. I could only imagine how confusing the manga was when Polnareff's Stan went berserk. Like how confusing that must have been in the manga. Because when everyone's just like different
I think
persons.
they could explain it better.
They did explain it better in the manga.
I don't know. I didn't read it, but I feel like they'd be able to explain it better. Because like with the stands in the manga, you can kind of just chill and analyze
that's
what
true.
the fuck is going on. Because part 6 has some weird rules, man.
Okay.
And I'm
wanna
excited
check
to see
it.
how they try to explain that over there in the anime.
Do you think?
Yeah, that's why part 6 isn't coming out till like 2025.
Oh,
Sad day. And it's gonna be a long one. Like the pacing is gonna be insane if they keep it on that 39 episode structure.
They could always part 3 it, split it in two.
Yeah, no, but I mean they did that with part 5 as well, and those are both 39 episodes with like that recap. But this is like,
What?
yeah, they're both 39. No, wait, part 3. How many episodes was it per season? Like 20 something.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I
let
don't
me
know.
look at.
Well, Stone Ocean is like even longer than part 3, and part 4 and part 5 were longer than part 3. So if they,
Was it?
yeah, yeah. But that being said, Steel Ball Run, it's, oh my god, it's
48
so good.
episodes for part 3. 24 and 24.
Oh, okay. It's not terrible.
They could have upped the pacing in some of those episodes.
Oh
though.
yeah,
Like
100%.
before they got to Cairo, a lot of that could have been cut
Yeah.
down.
It was essentially like Paul Nareff dying all the time, but not dying.
Yeah, dude, that's like every joke. I feel like,
Mr. was Paul Nareff this season.
yeah, Miss is just like, oh, it's okay. They're my own bullets, so if they go through my head, like I'll live. It's fine. I'm already a dumbass, so like, what's a little brain damage?
But I
Hey, Jorno cut his arm off like 5 different
well,
times.
because he's a beast.
That's the thing, though. In like these newer parts, there's like not really a healing stand, but they're still going through like these debilitating injuries and
Just being fine.
yeah, there's like I get it. You'll fight through it. Like adrenaline's a hell of a what's adrenaline? Whatever, bodily chemical.
Hell of a chemical, yeah.
But like at the end of it, it's like, sure, you sewed up your blown off foot, but like bodies don't work that way. You can't just sew the skin together and shove everything in there, you know? But they do it.
I
so,
also loved
whatever.
how poetic not the last episode, but like the ending of the final, the boss, you know.
That was a nightmare.
It was very poetic for like him.
Oh, what was I thinking of when that was going on? That was I think I made a tweet about it. It was the Izanagi. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, it's totally it.
Basically trapped him in an Izanagi, except now he's dying every time.
Wait. Izanagi or Infinite Tsukiyomi?
No. It's the one where Itachi trapped Kabuto in to endlessly loop. Isn't that the Izanagi or the Izanagi? I don't remember. I haven't seen that
Mhm.
show in a while.
Oh, speaking of which, Tin wanted to start watching that again, so here I
Oh
am.
Lord! Starting from the beginning.
Believe it.
Hey.
Are you at least skipping the fillers?
Always. I've seen some fillers, but that's just because like you're at Toonami's whim when that
When we
happens.
were
Oh,
young. When we was young.
Yeah.
And the internet didn't really exist well.
That's nice. Where you guys at in rewatching?
We are about to do the second Zabuza fight.
Oh, okay.
Shit's about to get lit.
Yeah.
So we are past all that. Here we are with Dr. Stone. So, are you guys caught up?
I believe
Nope.
I am.
And I never will be.
How is it so far? And if you think you're gonna say a spoiler, you're probably not.
I won't say any spoilers. I still like it. I like where it's going. But yeah, I still have a lot of questions. Like the biggest question that probably will be answered hopefully by the end of the season is what
I doubt
the
it.
fuck happened? Why is everyone stoned? You know?
Why is everyone Dr. Stone?
Not everyone is Dr. Stone.
It's a metaphor for soap, damn it!
Yeah, I know. That's even worse. I wish the guy's name was Dr. Stone instead of the dumb soap ball.
No, I
God
like
damn.
that. I like the Gollum.
But yeah, it's still entertaining. I want to know what's going on with Taijin and Senku, and I forgot the girl's name. And then,
Oh, can we take a second? Like, someone else is watching that shit on my Crunchyroll account, and like, I'm only episode 2, and someone needs to go scrub those fucking thumbnails, because I didn't even read into the synopsis, and it's already spoiler central. Like,
And that is why I use the sites that I use, because there are no thumbnails.
no, that's fair.
wait, so you're only on episode 2 of
Willfully
Dr.
ignorant.
Stone?
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah. That's where I ended.
16-year-old roided out teenager punch lion in the fucking face, saved the day. Ageist fuck.
And he wants to kill all adults.
Yeah, he is. We're looking at edgy Peter Pan.
Well, I think that's what Peter Pan was before, like, they made him lame and, you know, nice. I think Peter Pan, I might be making this up. Maybe I made this up in my head, but I heard, like, Peter Pan back then, he was like, he would kill the kids after they started growing up. Something like that.
No, I think you're right.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think that's correct. When they were growing too old.
Yeah,
he
so
killed
not
them.
edgy
It's-
Peter
it's,
Pan.
it's-
He's Peter Pan.
It's a Norwegian folklore, Peter Pan, and he's essentially just a masked pedophile, and he comes and he takes you. And Peter Pan, that actually it's a direct translation to boogeyman in American
Ooh.
language.
Yeah, because Neverland
And,
sounds
yeah,
scary.
he takes you.
Neverland sounds like something out of a nightmare. It's not somewhere I want to go.
I totally made all that up though, but it could be true. I just need to brush up on my Norwegian folklore. Are we not just confusing what you just said for Lord of the Flies or Children of the Corn?
We might. I might be.
Children of the Corn, I'm pretty sure they kill you when you turn 18.
I wouldn't know. I never saw that.
I repressed that movie because we're from the Midwest and there's cornfields literally everywhere. So every time I pass a cornfield, I didn't want to think about it.
Nah, I am a child.
Oh my god, corn's on your feet.
My biblical name is Zebediah.
Oh god. Jesus, Walter's like child of the corn. He just keeps staring. Stop staring at me, Walter. It's freaking
Hey,
me
you
out.
use his biblical name, Jeb.
Jeb, stop staring. Oh gosh, darn it. All right.
So, Dr. Stone, has it
I like it.
turned up? Has it kind of died down?
One of the episodes goes into the backstory of Senku and why he is the way he is.
Where did they touch you, Senku?
Everywhere. Everywhere he was touched. Just kidding. Senku, a little bit of a spoiler. He wanted to be an astronaut before the world turned into stone. So that was his goal in life.
This is all just a giant space opera.
Potentially.
In disguise.
They introduce other characters for sure. And things get heated. Obviously, when you have a overpowered 16-year-old man-child, things get a little dicey.
You have some gamer moments, just some heated gamer moments.
Some very heated, very very heated. But yeah, I like where it's going. But I want to see where it ends, so I'm gonna keep watching it.
Have you seen any Kengan Ashura?
I haven't watched any of it yet.
Okay. Well, I guess this question is more directed to you, Braxton, but
Yo.
if you were in the Kengan Annihilation tournament, who would your sponsor be? And what would be your
It would have to be a
deadly martial
healthcare
arts?
company because I would die. Shit. Well, at this point, you can use real martial arts, and then you can also use this made up shit like hair. So, what's the martial arts style where it's mostly dancing,
Capoeira.
and not really fighting? Is it? There we go. That's what I would want.
You didn't even miss a beat.
It's my dance and my martial art, capoeira.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite style of dancing because I just want to style on people and happen to win by accident.
Well,
That'd be
Eddie
pretty
Gordo
cool.
was my favorite character in Tekken. Throwback. He just had a unbeatable combo.
Throwback. Tekken's still out.
Oh yeah, but I haven't played it in a long time.
Personal throwback.
Personal throwback. Shoulda.
There you go. To be fair, Tekken 3 was the last Tekken I ever
I
played.
think Tekken Tag was. I think that was after 3. Right?
I don't know. I know my cousins
PS2.
had it, so I just happened to
That was
play
a
it.
really good fighter. I like Tekken a lot.
Yeah, I love Tekken.
Oh, you should get it when you get the PlayStation back.
Sounds good. Just gotta fix it.
It's only like $15 now.
Damn.
What, Tekken?
Yeah, Tekken 7. It's like always on
Oh.
sale. But that's just base game.
Noise.
So Matt, who's your Kengan Corporation sponsor, and what's your martial art? What do you specialize in? What's your
Matt, you have to have a company sponsor you, and then you have to have your own martial art.
Shit. I'd have Viagra sponsor me.
Okay,
And,
okay.
My martial art
Matt
would
is
be,
going for a
something
specific
brutal. Let's do a
team
Krav
here.
Maga.
Oh, so it would be Viagra, and then your target would always be straight for the balls.
Just brute force.
That's all I see with Krav Maga. It's just like
A lot of
the
elbows
most
and
efficient
knees.
fight style. And what's the most efficient fight style against the man? Just
Yeah.
go for his goods.
And that's very true. When I say that, when I have fight scenarios in my head, I'm just like, gotta kick him in the nuts. This isn't for pride. This is for my life.
That is true.
Hey,
that is
real
true.
talk, that is Forrest Griffin's philosophy on fighting. Like, if there's no rules, like, you fight to survive.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be
Yeah,
flashy.
That's true.
Only time I try to be flashy is when I'm playing ball. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, no, I'll kick people in the nuts so I can score. It's a fight for my life at this point.
Anytime he's in the paint, he just goes feral.
I'm like Dame Lillard. Getting
Dropping
these
albums
buckets.
and dimes.
Yeah, dropping a new music
Dame
album.
Lillard is low key best rapper. Not low key, high key. He's best rapper in the NBA.
High key.
And like probably top 10. And
Better than Shaq? Shaq Diesel?
speaking of, I found a random record at my place of Shaq's first debut album. Had Jay-Z in it. Raekwon. Who else?
Good lord.
It was actually really good. It was really dope. That would be my rec. Shaq's debut album.
Oh god.
No, don't knock
That's
it
so
till you
weird
listen
because
to
my
it.
rec is the soundtrack from Shazam.
Shazam!
Well, unfortunately, my recommendation is Shaq's performance that he was DJing. So, I mean,
Oh, DJ
we all
Shacky
can't
Shack.
have. We all can't
DJ
have
Diesel?
Shaq, right?
Is that his name?
Actually, it was Shaq Fu, the video game.
Oh,
That was mine. So.
my
Wait, the good one or the? Oh wait, there is
Yes.
no good ones.
Yes.
Hater. Shaq Fu was the shit on the Sega
Shaq
Genesis.
Fu is literally filling up landfill somewhere in South America right now.
You're thinking of E.T. actually. That would be E.T.
Both of them. Just dump them both.
Nah, Shaq Fu's the best. But yeah, get wrecked. The
Nice.
real Rex,
All right.
besides our Shaq
Well,
Rex.
I figured I'd go first with Rex because we were still talking about anime.
He didn't have
but,
anything.
Who?
Rex is a
That's
phony.
unfair. We're all phonies this week.
That's cool. But
That's the truth. I'm loyal to you,
but-
listener.
before I binged Kengan Ashura, I went ahead and decided to finish what I started before I left Omaha and watch the entirety of Death Note. And that's a good fucking show. Really good. It's not... Usually I have a problem with dated anime, but it has not hit dated for me. I don't think... It looks good. Music's good. Story was good. I almost, and I probably still will do it, but I kind of want to watch the Netflix version now just to see how much they fucked up.
Might as
Oh,
well.
dude, they fucked up, but like it's a fun train wreck.
Okay.
It's like a good
I-
bad movie.
Okay. That's okay.
I feel like it's
can
because
live
you
with
don't
that.
think of them as kids in the anime, and then they're kids in the real life.
I still think of them as kids. They're just very smart, intelligent kids.
Well, they're like the college people, kind of. Like, well, except for like when you get to like, what's his name, Nier.
Yeah.
And those guys are like actual kids.
Well, yeah, they're kids for sure.
Yeah, but that
But,
a lot of people say don't go into that part. Just stop after the first finale.
Yeah. Apparently, like looking it up, they've had like a lot of movies and stuff, and like spin-offs and whatnot, or not really spin-offs, but like behind the. Well, maybe they are spin-offs, but the medium has had a lot of traction ever since it was released. So
I remember when that shit came out. Like there was articles of some edgy ass kids just using notebooks as their death note, and then like
Yeah, I remember that.
teachers would find them and they'd be like, we need to get this kid to a shrink ASAP."
Hey, he's just, it's a creative outlet for him. Saying how...
I used to get in trouble when I was in grade school, I used to do a lot of stick figure like comics and stuff like that, and so sometimes they would get raunchy, or there were guns or swords or stuff like that.
Wait,
Eh.
what do you mean? How do stick figures get raunchy? Can we
So,
hear from the
there was-
early working
So
little
the one I
Braxton, the
remember-
mangaka?
The one
Stick
I
figure
remember when
manga.
I was in 5th grade is that my 5th grade teacher was getting married. And so I made a short comic of him and his wife, like they met.
Oh.
Then the next panel was like him getting married. And then the third panel, I drew a bed with covers like over it.
Oh,
That's where I
With
thought it was
sound
going.
effects coming
I thought it
from
was
the
going
covers.
there.
What were the sound effects?
Well, it wasn't sound effects. It was like, how you draw lines, like draw lines out to show like sound.
So were there
stuff
lines
like
just
that.
coming out nice and thick from the bed?
Yeah, so there were lines coming out from the covers, and it was like, and then after that, and so I showed it to my teacher, and he was like, "Is this something I need to show to the principal?" And I was like, "No, don't do it." And so I shredded the
Oh, he ruined it. He ruined
Um,
your dreams.
But when I was in preschool, my parents always tell me the story that when I was in preschool, I had gone to it it was like some church. It was like half a church and half a preschool. And so the teachers there, I didn't really get along with because they weren't letting me kind of express myself how I wanted to. And I was just kind of doing whatever I wanted. And so I guess it got to the point where I was so fed up with the teacher that I started drawing on, scribbling in one of them. And one of the scribbles was me cutting the teacher's head off.
Oh.
And
Preschool
so
Braxton.
the teachers thought I was like mentally insane. And so my dad was pissed at the teachers because he didn't think they were doing a good job. And they thought I was like a mental case or whatever because I did that. Long story short, I got transferred to a different preschool.
Oh
Damn.
my god!
But, it was, it didn't get better from there. Because in grade school, when I was doing doodles and stuff like that, I had swords and knives. And like one of the teachers was like, we can't have you drawing this stuff anymore because it's very inappropriate. And it was a Lutheran school. So they were like, yeah, this has to stop.
Jesus.
Censorship.
It's like in the anime when you get you get that new transfer kid and everyone has rumors and stuff of it. But it's like Braxton at the front of the class, just like crayons in hand. He's like, "Hi, I'm ready to do some art," and the kids are just remember like, "Oh, I heard he cut his teacher's head off at his previous preschool."
Well, I mean, people liked the comics that I was making because it was like mostly like obviously all of us watched Dragon Ball Z, so a lot of times my stick figures went Super Saiyan, and like sometimes I would do like Danny Phantom was really big at one point, so I would do like stuff where I'd be like a stick figure ghost or whatever. But it was mostly like action stuff, and I got pretty decent at it, but we just had to die with the school, so
Die with the school.
schools.
You've checked off
Schools
so
are
many.
shutting me down.
You've checked off so many boxes of if this guy is a serial killer or not.
Yeah, if the next episode of the podcast comes out and it's just Rob and Matt and I'm nowhere to be found, you should probably call the cops.
We're just getting him help. It's fine.
Hey man, censorship is the death of free speech. So
Yeah, it's all those SJW liberals that are holding me back.
Oh man. All
So
right.
yeah, that's my rec. Death Note. Good show.
my
Recommend
haircut is inspired by Akira.
Akira or Kira?
Both.
Yeah, you got some Tetsuo stuff
I would
going
say
on
it's
right
more
now.
Akira because it's brown instead of blonde. But that's just me.
All right, moving on to my rec. I just want to show everyone how much you can really hate balloons if you're creative enough. And it's a 2-minute video of this guy coming up with all these ridiculous contraptions of kitchen knives just taped to wood frames and just popping balloons. It's really, really murderous intent
Oh, I
being
feel like I've seen this.
expressed in a very, very wholesome way.
Matt, you have absolutely seen it.
Yeah.
And is this a fetish thing? Or is this just some guy messing around?
People like
can
that
be.
pop.
It can
that
be.
pop gets them going.
But he's wearing headphones the whole time, so he's like doing it responsibly.
You don't know if those headphones are connected to the microphone. in the room, though.
I don't think it's his fetish. I think it's fetishes for other people.
I mean, it could be both,
Could
honestly.
be.
Oh my god, I'm about to quit my job and just become a balloon popper. Find me on Patreon.
Hey, did you hear Mia Khalifa said she only made like 12 grand her entire porn career? So I don't know if it's that lucrative for her.
Maybe that's what she grossed after surgeries.
I don't know. Fuck.
Gross or became gross.
Oh, got him.
She's the most beautiful
See you
girl I've ever
later,
seen. You
old
shut up.
porn star that no longer does porn, I guess.
Yeah, go watch Balloon Guy. It's an interesting video. And with
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. UFC is back.
Matt, going back to his roots, baby.
So,
We've been missing out on the UFC action. We need to hear.
August 17th, I believe, there is a UFC fight We get to see a rematch of Daniel Cormier versus Stipe Miocic for the heavyweight title. But the one I'm most excited for is fan favorite Anthony Pettis versus Milwaukee's very own Anthony Pettis. It's a beef that's been going on.
Anthony Pettis versus Anthony Pettis?
I didn't.
Oh,
want to
damn!
dang!
I was doing so well. I was speaking words well again, and it died. But Nate Diaz, fan favorite, versus Milwaukee's very own Anthony. I guess Anthony Pettis was a fan favorite at one point. He was on the Wheaties box.
I don't know. I'd rather see the Pettis versus Pettis fight.
I would too.
Me too.
That would
Yeah.
actually be one of the best fights in the history of the fights.
Do you think we'll get somewhere like I know how we have like hologram concerts? Do you think we'll end up getting to like either clone fights or like hologram sports things at some point?
And do like Muhammad Ali versus Pacquiao kind of thing?
Ooh,
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe.
that'd be fucking dope.
I think if we get that far, AI will be at a scary point where we'll be using it to like simulate those fights, but in the background it'll be like
It'd just be a
humans are
game.
the
It's an
parasite of the earth.
algorithm.
You get rid of all humans.
Yeah.
We'll distract them with these simulated fights. And we'll neuter them and make them our own.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
okay, so how soon into the what's it called? This not the simulation. What's it called? Where robots and humanity end up becoming as one.
Singularity?
There you go. How long into the singularity do you think before we have robot wives?
Negative
Already
3,000
do.
years. We're in the Matrix, baby.
Already do.
So
the comedian
okay.
Whitney Cummings, like, people are ordering because she had a special on Netflix. I didn't watch it, but she brought out a sex doll made of her, and like, there's a high demand for them right now. It's getting weird. It's getting weird out here.
Damn it, they were only supposed to stay in Japan.
It's getting weird out here. There's a lot of creeps here in the
Dog,
U.S.
I think we could cure all anger in the world as soon as sex robots kind of just become legal.
Yeah, but it's like an inverse graph where anger go down. Or anger go down. No, it's not inverse at all. Anger go down, productivity go down. Kleenex stock rises.
Or maybe not. Maybe these sex robots they clean themselves.
Self cleaning. Oh God, no one would leave the house.
I just want to throw up.
You'd be like Quagmire in that episode where he discovers porn for the first time.
But yeah. All right. It's been real, y'all.
We're not ending on that note.
That seems like a good note to end on. The end of the world as we know it.
Like, what are we?
Due to sex bots.
This is the dirtiest episode.
Ooh.
It was mostly Matt's fault, to be fair.
What
It
did I
wasn't
do?
all me.
Oh, I'm not arguing that at all.
I didn't make it dirty. Maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
Close us out. Close us out, you dirty boy.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. You could catch us on SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. We're on Twitter. You can email us at neatboyspodcast@gmail.com. Send us any questions, any concerns.
I have a lot of concerns.
I think the viewers might have some concerns after this episode. Walter's here all drugged up, biting my backpack. I don't know what you're doing, brother. It's not even chewing it. He's just biting it, and he's just laying there.
Hey, congratulations, guys! Because according to what I've seen from Twitch, Rob has a dog, Matt has a dog, I used to have a dog, and no time during this 2 hours we've shared together did we decide to beat our dog senselessly on camera. So congratulations!
Wait, what? Am I missing something?
Some Twitch streamer, or not a Twitch streamer, but some YouTuber had a.
Oh, don't want to end on that note either. Never mind.
We'll cut that. We'll just cut it.
Long story short, YouTuber beats dog when she doesn't think people are looking, and yada yada yada.
Thanks for joining.
Yo, under 2 hours, we did it.
We always like to end on a positive high note.
This is so bittersweet. We finally did it, and it's not the way I wanted it. This is the monkey's paw wish of an episode.
This is like the what's that song? Twisted Metal wish. You got your wish, but not what you wanted.
Under 2 hours, but at what cost? At what cost?
This is give and take, man.
Just how like Disney gave us Lion King and took away everything we wished and dreamed.
Took away
for.
my childhood. Damn it, Disney.
Well, thanks for joining. I'm Rob.
I'm Matt.
That's Matt.
And I'm Braxton, and I'm going to lead you guys off this video.
Album dropping soon.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.